1924, a battle between rival warlords results in the arrest of the President of the Republic. The general responsible declares that there can be no peace as long as the last emperor of the Qing Empire remains in the Forbidden City. The articles of favorable treatment are abruptly amended. With immediate effect, the new document abolishes the emperorship and orders Puyi and the imperial household to leave the palace. With his army outnumbered, Puyi has no choice but to leave the Forbidden City, exposing him to the outside world for the first time since he was 2. With the onset of winter, Puyi finds himself back at his father's palace. Since his shock eviction from the Forbidden City, he's been living in fear. He's at a crossroads. He can now either accept the situation or fight to regain his empire. Either way, he is scared. In desperation, he asks his teacher and mentor, Reginald Johnston, to lobby the British Embassy for a visa to go to England. But wary of upsetting the Chinese, they make a fateful decision to turn Puyi's request down. He turns instead to another foreign power. One of his advisors is friendly with the Japanese in Beijing and brokers a deal with them. They give Puyi and his entire entourage sanctuary at their embassy and also advise him he'll be safer out of Beijing. Before taking their advice, Puyi makes a surreptitious last visit to the Forbidden City. Looking up at the imposing structure, he is moved to tears and vows to return someday as emperor. For the next 20 years, it'll be his life's obsession. Early in 1925, Puyi disguises himself and boards a train. His secret destination, the Japanese settlement at Tianjin, 130 kilometers southeast of Beijing. At the time, Tianjin is the second largest city next to Shanghai. There are a number of districts belonging to the British, French, Germans, and Japanese. Like nations within a nation, these sectors have their own administration authorities, social clubs, and churches. There are even cricket and golf clubs and other facilities like swimming pools and race courses that cater only for foreigners. Puyi, his family, eunuchs and servants, an entourage of 30-odd people, move into a building in the Japanese enclave. When word gets out, Qing officials from all over the country come to offer their services, and Puyi establishes another court. The long-term goal, to realize his dream of restoring the empire. Tianjin becomes a bizarre world of opportunists keen to use Puyi to revive their fortunes, and he meets with almost all of them. The Japanese are cultivating Puyi because he's still the symbolic head of the Manchus and their homeland of Manchuria, with its vast fertile farmlands and rich iron and coal resources. By 1927, the Japanese government is secretly recommending to their emperor that Manchuria be annexed from the rest of China by military force. In a notorious incident in 1928, their army assassinates one of the warlords Puyi has been dealing with by blowing up a train he is traveling on. The dead warlord had been warning Puyi against the Japanese.